Hello from University of Phoenix Stadium. Rich Gray alongside Bob Kemp and Ed Cole. You right there, Bob? We good?
Just my credential.
Oh, okay. We're good.
To make sure I look official.
Oh, okay. Well, we got it. We got that squared away.
Yep.
The Cardinals dropped to 0-2 in the preseason. If anybody cares about that, not really. I mean, we're all glad it didn't go into overtime. No,
yes.
That was.
What's worse? The only thing that's worse in a preseason game?
Overtime.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Exactly. That is the easiest line of all time.
There's a lot to break down though from this game, and we'll start with the running back situation. The two Johnsons. David Johnson looked very good. Chris Johnson. That's not a good sign for him.
Once he quit dancing, right, Ed?
Yes. Once he stopped auditioning for Dancing for the Stars.
Yes. He did look
as
good.
Bruce Arians said.
I thought he ran between the tackles a couple times. Also, he seems to have a real elusive part of him when he gets to the edge.
Yes.
I mean, he eluded a couple guys and then stiff-armed another guy in a different play. And he was impressive once he got going there.
Yeah,
I also thought he kind of went the wrong way maybe once or twice and could have cut back and had a lot more yardage, but that's just, I think, to be learned. But
yeah, that comes with reps.
He didn't run a whole lot from what I gathered between the tackles, even in Northern Iowa, so we'll see how that goes.
He had 13 rushes, 66 yards. He looked really good.
Yeah.
A lot of his yards were unassuming yards. Like you said, Bob, he'll get 3 or 4 yards, and you're like, he really got 3 or 4 yards? Because like you said, he's dancing, and it just doesn't seem like he got that much yardage.
And he mentioned, he spoke with the media afterwards, and we'll hear a lot of that in your show on Monday, but he did mention that learning curve of, making the right reads and hitting the hole sooner and just making that adjustment as a rookie in the NFL. So very encouraging from him. Chris Johnson, though, Bruce Arians revealed on a play that only our own Ed Cole saw, pulled a hamstring for Chris Johnson on the very last play of Thursday practice. Could miss a week or two.
We did talk about the video blog on Thursday, and
yes.
This man right here is literally the only person that saw this, and he got a picture of it, and it's going to be, where's it going to be?
It's going to be on all over Twitter.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
So he
at NBC Sports AM 1060.
There you go. He deserves full credit for this. Yeah.
So what does that do? You mentioned on our special live broadcast.
What does that do for Chris Johnson now?
It's a good question. Between the fact that David Johnson looked good, Marion Grice showed a pulse here tonight, and I'm still a little confused. Is Stephon Taylor on this team, or is they just phasing him out? Which is it?
I don't know, because when Kerwin Williams was in there, he looked good tonight. He looked good like David Johnson with his elusiveness and his shiftiness. You're right. Where does Stephon Taylor fit in this thing? Bruce Arians says he's solid as all get out, but what does that mean for you?
Does
that mean a roster spot?
He is out there in special teams. So I still think Williams is the odd guy out here, but it is interesting. I thought Grice was out of the picture
until tonight.
He's sterling. I think he's ahead of Williams as long as he can breathe and chew gum simultaneously. He's, I think, ahead of Williams. So. But, it's an interesting the Chris Johnson thing is now he's got to get on the field. And maybe not for a week or two, according to the head coach after the game tonight.
And that's not a good thing for a guy who obviously just signed with the team, has only really practiced once. The offensive line, a lot of shuffling there that we were going to pay attention to. 6 sacks total, 3 from the first team line, 3 from the second team line. They're not really a great night for them, I would say.
No, the 3 for the first team line, both tackles gave up a sack. And then the third one was they just got outnumbered on a blitz. And, I'm not sure. That might have been a thing that Palmer should have checked out of. I'm not sure. But they just got outnumbered, and there was nobody to block the guy. So that was the third sack with the first unit on the field, first unit of the offensive line on the field. Palmer took 2 of those sacks, and Stanton took 1. And then the rest of the second quarter, there were 3 more sacks against Stanton, including consecutive plays. And Humphreys just got trashed on one play. And the head coach brought that up during the press conference, too. So we talked about, and Sal had he gave up the 1 sack, one of the first 2, and the head coach also acknowledged that. And he was upset with Larson for the personal foul penalty.
Yeah.
But I actually thought Larson did a pretty good job of run blocking. We'll watch the game again on tape when we get home. Actually, I'll watch it tomorrow, but we'll watch it again. But I thought he did a pretty good job as far as, that was a stupid penalty, obviously. But, he did okay, I thought.
The third team quarterback battle took an interesting turn tonight. Logan Thomas really didn't show much, took a regression a little bit.
He threw a 0.
Yeah, he actually showed 0.
He might have had the worst 3 downs in recent history.
Yeah, it was terrible. 0 for 4, 0 yards.
Yeah, the first throw was, couldn't be caught.
Well, one of the catches Moma should have caught.
And then
that's not his fault.
He threw behind him. He made it turn it around.
But that's Moma's fault. He should have turned around and caught that ball.
Yeah,
that was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown if you threw it to the right spot.
Yeah.
If you threw it to the outside, he threw it to the inside, and you got a 6'7" guy on the run trying to turn around. I think that's on the quarterback. But anyway, the 0 for 3 on the one drive was just ridiculous. A ball that's out of bounds on a long pass, and he almost got Britton Golden killed, and I guess he actually left the game as it turned out.
Yeah, but he did come back.
I thought he left. He went into the tunnel. He was not out here at the end of the game.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yep, he was out there with Phillip Sims.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was.
And then Phillip Sims actually looked very good out there on the field.
Took him on 2 scoring drives.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So it was a good performance for Phillip Sims, not so much for Logan Thomas.
No,
much.
I think he got a little bit of separation tonight. He won the battle for number 3. But again, you go up 9-0, and then you give up 19 straight points. It's, again, another situation like Kansas City. You get a lead, and you cannot finish this thing. Your reserves cannot hold this game for you. That's something that's got to infuriate Bruce Arians.
I think one thing is if he is the third quarterback, he's on the practice squad, and Thomas is gone.
Yes.
And then there's 2 active quarterbacks. I mean, I don't think that he is going to be a third guy, and then there's practice squad after that. So I don't think he would be part of the 53.
He wouldn't be a bad practice squad option, though.
No, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's either Thomas is on the team or gone, or Sims is on the practice squad guy.
I think that's the better option.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree with that. But he's, not going to see much of either of those guys next week, if at all. Depends on what they try to do, if Stanton plays the fourth quarter or not. Because I doubt if they want Stanton playing the last game. Yeah. So I assume that those 2 guys are going to split the last game
in Denver.
Fight it out.
Makes a lot of sense. What are some other things that stood out to you, Bob, during tonight's game?
Catanzaro missed another field goal, 33-yarder this time, so that's 2 misses in 2 weeks. And as we mentioned and written about for the last 3 weeks, it certainly is not as impressive as he was last year in training camp. In addition to that, Arians not happy with the officials. And the poll question, which you can go vote for right now, is should he be blowing a gasket? I'm paraphrasing my own poll question, but should he be blowing a gasket in the second preseason game at the referees, who he may have to deal with again during the regular season, considering there's 16 games. I'm sure they're going to see this crew who he spoke not so well of after the game.
That's very true.
And at some point this week, I predict that Ed is going to be writing a story, Arians fined by NFL. Yes. I'll write the headline for you. You can write the story.
When he says they need 8 preseason games for conditioning for these referees, that's got to go to the NFL office.
Probably a pretty good sign that there's going to be some problems. Also, just 3 other quick notes. Bobby Massey was in there in the fourth quarter at right tackle and got destroyed on one play by a guy that's not going to be in the league very long. And also, Gerard Powers and Jermaine Gresham, while they were not listed as not expected to play, did not play.
That's very true. So we'll have plenty more Cardinals coverage from their second preseason game on our website, NBCSports1060.com. Also, we will be back out at the Nest Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. That is
Friday.
And Friday. We're going to be there on Friday, too?
They're going to practice here Friday.
They're going to practice on Friday?
Yes, because they don't play till Sunday.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that schedule. Okay. There we go. Well, we'll be here.
That's the original schedule, unless they changed it.
We'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week at the Nest Sports Bar and Grill from 11 to 3 for the Sports Zone and the Blitz. So we'll hope to see you guys out here for the final week of camp. It's already here, the final week of camp. So we'll have plenty more on it.
Already here, Ed.
You're happy for that?
Already here?
All ready for it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's been a long month.
Already here.
Yeah. So
some of us are older than others. Not quite already here. Yes. Well, the season is almost here.
Yeah.
That would be
there we go.
Better way
that's
to.
True. Yeah, it's
that.
almost here.
Yes.
We're almost there. So
Thank
for
you.
Bob Kemp, for Ed Cole, I'm Rich Gray. It's been a Cards Post-game report on NBC Sports
Video
1060.
blog.
Video blog. There you go.
Yes, that's what it's called, Rich.
Video blog. There
Yes.
you go.